And we're back sharing a cup this morning with Conrad Parris, local actor. He's playing the role of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. at the play Mahalia Jackson, a story set back in the 40s, 50s?
It goes from the 20s up until 1972.
So because it's the entire life.
Yeah.
It's the entire life. Let me just put it into perspective. This is Foodie Friday, and Conrad did not get the opportunity to sample on the road with us, as usual, in terms of what normally happens and what pertains on the Foodie Friday.
He was about to rue the day that he decided not to have me on, but he made up for it.
I made up. We got a bottle of wine, courtesy of friends at AS Bryden. Conrad has a glass of wine. Once Conrad has wine, he's fine. Entwine.
Boom!
Conrad, this is a musical.
Yes, it is.
Full musical or part gospel musical, full musical presentation, like what we saw, for instance, in Jesus Christ Superstars?
No, it's not like that.
It's not like that.
It has gospel music in it.
Right.
And but there's a huge dramatic element to it. And let me take the opportunity to say that Mandisa Grandison, who plays young Mahalia, and Letitia Sylvester, who plays mature Mahalia, are amazing.
Right. You just said something I didn't recognize, and that reveals, so in other words, there are two characters playing her during the course of her life.
Yes.
Nicely. Okay.
And they are fantastic.
Right.
I am very privileged to be working with them, and of course working with other actors like Kern Samuel, who you know as well,
yes.
Justin Zephyrin, Keegan Miguel, Abeo Jackson, Paula Hamilton, and the whole ensemble. John is extremely proud of the fact that he got this ensemble, which may seem like a ragtag band of misfits, and he beat them. Well, he didn't beat them into shape, but we became a choir.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of that chorus element.
Right. You guys singing and so on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, lots of singing.
Yeah, I mean, this is no idle boast. We just mash up. We bad. We real bad. No, we real bad.
Well, you can sing.
I could sing.
Yeah. No. I mean, I think was it the Jesus Christ Superstar?
Yes, it was the Jesus Christ
Superstar. That you strum a note.
Yes.
Yeah, and I can say, but Conrad could sing.
A little bit, because Samuel's a better singer than I am.
Yeah. You enjoy the musical transformation that is on stage, because it's a little different from, I suppose.
It is.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a weird thing. I am not necessarily a fan of musicals.
I think you told me that last time.
Yeah. I'm not necessarily a fan of musicals, but I appreciate it from the standpoint of a performer as being part of a challenge. It's like, well, okay, you know, I do dramatic acting, I do comedy, I've worked on television, I've worked on film, I work in radio now. You know, I touch all of those elements, and it's like, well, okay, if you're going to run the gamut, why not venture into musicals? You know, you could hold a note somewhere. Let's try to do something along those lines. And somehow, John Smith, in his infinite wisdom, has decided to keep me on. You know, in The King and I, and Jesus Christ Superstar, and now this.
Yeah. I mean, I know Mahalia Jackson would be the star of the show, but
she is.
Yes, she is.
Unequivocally.
But your role as Dr. Martin Luther King will obviously be looked at very, very carefully over the next couple of months that the play is on. In terms of how long did you have to prepare, get yourself where you were feeling comfortable as the actor, that you are properly portraying the character, such a magnanimous character? How long did you take, you think?
Now, we've been in rehearsal for a couple months, but there's a difference between rehearsal and performance.
Right.
You could make all of these preparations in rehearsal, and you know, you could study, and you can look at YouTube, and you can read, and then when you get to performance and you have the audience element, which is not to be taken for granted at all, they are hugely contributory in the running of a show. And you learn more and you grow more as a result of that. So as long as this is going to run every night, I'm going to learn something new.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Interesting. Folks, this should be it started last night. It's going to run this weekend at the Little Carib Theatre. Stay in touch. You can call 461-4033 for information on the play, or you can check out their website, jcsentertains.com. John Smith and his crew of actors will be putting on a show over the next couple of months. This should be an interesting one, part of our history, and really an American history, I think, is
world history.
World history. Excellent stuff. You can't run away here. This is Foodie Friday. You know that, right? And I am running off to eat in a little while on the road.
Fine.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you wouldn't be part of that. But we gotta get your foodie brain. We gotta get your foodie personality before we leave here.
Okay.
So I have some quick foodie questions to ask.
All right.
Let me just take a sip with you. Cheers and all the best on the character, man.
Thank you very much.
Before I get into these questions. Conrad Parris. Do you cook?
I do.
You do. What do you like to make when you get into that kitchen?
What do I like to make? This is probably as a result of laziness. I'm a one-pot specialist.
Yeah, I like
anything that could fit in one pot.
I like that. These are pillow, man.
Yeah, pillow. I try all kind of things. You understand?
Yeah. Mix up macaroni and something.
I mean, every once in a while, I'll get in the mood, and I would, say, well, okay, I want to do something. This. I will bake this. I will stew that. I will saute that. Use all the burners. Use both shelves in the oven. That kind of thing. Sometimes I'd feel like that. But more often than not, if it could fit in one pot, I need it.
Yeah, but you like to cook.
Yeah, I do.
You do. So one of these days you had to join me in the kitchen, man.
Yeah.
One of these days. What's your favorite dish, though, in terms of a meal, a dish?
I'm a pasta fool.
Yeah.
I'm a fool for pasta. Anything with pasta, tomatoes, and meat in it, you got me.
Your favorite meal of the day? Do you do breakfast, lunch, dinner? Where do you lie on that chart?
Gosh, that's an interesting question. I don't think I'm particularly preferential to a meal. I on a good day, when I'm not super busy, I like to have a nice big breakfast, have a decent sized lunch, and have a luxuriant dinner.
Yeah, but that's not. No, when you're in rehearsals every evening.
So
think about that day. What meal you must have? Breakfast, lunch, or dinner? Not on a luxurious day. On a
non-luxurious day, lunch will have to be the treat.
Right.
And breakfast is. I take that very seriously. My father always taught me this. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. It's true. No matter how small it is, have that.
Right. What's your favorite junk food?
Fried chicken.
Hey.
Fried chicken.
Sound like Dr. Martin Luther King there. Is there any food you absolutely don't like? Can't stomach.
This may weird people out. Two things. I am not a fan of ice cream.
Wow. Ooh. What people want to fall off set there.
I know. This is how it might weird people out. I am not a fan of ice cream. And I'm not a fan of doubles.
No.
I ain't lying to you. I'm not lying to you. Serious talk. Real talk.
So done. It's doubles as say,
It's doubles I say.
Look, let me finish off this thing first. What's your go-to drink when you're liming?
Beer.
But
I like a good ale, and every once in a while,
a glass of wine.
A good vino, and some port, and good whiskey too. Good stuff.
If you had to sit with someone to have dinner with, who would you like? I mean, whether it's locally, internationally, someone to have dinner with, pick their brain.
Gosh, this might sound a little sappy, but it would be really interesting. I keep saying this, as an adult, reaching this far, I wouldn't mind having dinner again with my dad. Just me and him sitting down talking about manly stuff, and finally getting to see what all the fuss was about when he used to be drinking scotch, and I used to think it was terrible as a boy. You know, but you know, now I can appreciate it, and we can sit down and we can have
a different type of conversation.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You know?
Conrad Parris, thank you very much for dropping by.
Thank you very much for having me.
Such a pleasure sharing a cup with you once again.
Likewise.
All the best.
I like these kind of cups.
Oh, they like this kind of cup. All the best on the play.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, have some good performances. I'm going to check it out hopefully this weekend.
You better.
It's Mother's Day weekend, folks. Carry mom out. This is a fun Little Carib Theatre. Nice, intimate. I think it's going to be interesting at Little Carib Theatre.
Oh, yeah.
Intimate.
Oh, yeah.
Up close and personal.
Yes.
Yeah. Should be interesting. Mahalia, that's the name of the play, starring, what's the young lady's name?
There's Mandisa Grandison.
Playing her as a young character.
And Letitia Sylvester.
Nice. And Conrad Parris as Dr. Martin Luther King. Folks, we're taking a short break. When we come back, I hit the road for Joel Eats. Stay with us, find out where the road show takes us this Friday morning.
Salud.